Hello everyone! Today's story is called The Rescue Dogs. Times were hard for Mr. Tyke, owner of Tyke's Dogs Home. Things were so bad that Mr. Tyke couldn't afford to repair the creaking old building. So he was selling it, along with all the dogs. He gave a sad sigh as he nailed up a for sale sign. Inside the home, the dogs were sad too. Mr. Tyke had rescued them all and given them a safe place to live.
"I wonder who the new owner will be," woofed Bob the collie.
"I hope they'll be as nice as Mr. Tyke," yelped Pip the pointer. A few days later, two strangers arrived at Mr. Tyke's. "Hello, I'm Mrs. Hood."
"And I'm Mr. Wink."
"We want to buy your sweet little doggy home," said Mrs. Hood as Mr. Tyke showed them around. In the yard, the dogs rushed up to greet the visitors.
"You let the dogs run around?" asked Mr. Wink.
"Of course," replied Mr. Tyke. "How charming," said Mrs. Hood with a sickly smile. In less than a week, the two new owners had taken over. "Bye-bye, Mr. Tyke."
"Now then," scowled Mrs. Hood as soon as Mr. Tyke had gone,
"let's get these hairy flea bags out of the way." Mr. Wink rounded up the dogs. They yelped and barked as he locked them in a cage. "Now we can get to work."
"What's going on?"
Heidi the Dachshund asked the others. "Mr. Tyke never treated us like this," said Winnie the Bulldog. "We have to get out," said Pip. "Let me try," said Heidi. Taking a deep breath, she squeezed out of the cage. "Grab the keys," called Bob. Heidi climbed onto a kennel and jumped up to the keys. She freed the others, and they ran into the house. On the table, they found a scrapbook. "Hood and Wink are bank robbers!" gasped Bob.
The headlines say, "Crooks steal gold bars from bank." "Bank robbers caught." "Bank robbers jailed for life." "Where is the gold hidden?" Just then, the dogs heard the pair talking in the yard.
"Remember when this was a field?" Mrs. Hood was saying. "It was the perfect place to bury our loot. If only they hadn't built the stinking doghouse on top while we were in jail," moaned Mr. Wink. "We'll have to bulldoze it to dig up the money. Hey, where are those mutts?" The dogs had heard enough. Winnie leapt onto Mr. Wink's head. Pip bit him on the bottom, and Heidi tugged on his leg. "Ow!" Tina the terrier grabbed Mrs. Hood's necklace. "Ah!" Bob sank his teeth into her jacket, and the Pekingese twins nipped her ankles. Dot the Dalmatian fired chunky dog food into the crooks' faces. "Splat! Splurge! Take that! Woof!" "Run for it!" yelled Mr. Wink. The dogs chased the two of them out of the home and down the road. The smell of meaty chunks soon had every dog in town on the villain's trail. Woof, 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 woof. They chased the crooks all the way to the steps of the local police station. Then they stood and barked for help. "What's all this, then?"
We give in.
The police gave the reward money for catching the hood and Wink to Mr. Tyke, and he knew just what to spend it on. Tyke's luxury dog home. The end.